Welcome back to Big Mouth and welcome to Big Mouth Live. It's another evening with yours truly, Bobcat. Hey Mickey, hey Bobcat, how's it going? So, according to Mikey Sutton, we have got some Superman Henry Cavill news next week. The question is it going to be good Henry Cavill Superman news? Are they going to finally bite the bullet and tell us they are done with Cavill? Ronnie Dodge, hi mate, just watching press conference. What press conference you watching? So next week, apparently, according to Mikey Sutton, there's some Henry Cavill Superman news. And this could be it. This could be that there's no more Henry Cavill Superman. Oh, COVID with Boris, that BS. There's not much point watching that, mate. He's just going to BS about that Indian variant. So, Bobcat, good just working on my short film, starting on my Man-Bat 3D model. Awesome stuff, mate. Man-Bat. Man-Bat was kind of a villain, wasn't he? So, is Mikey Sutton correct? Are we getting some Cavill Superman news next week? I think my take on the whole Cavill WB situation is, if he was done, he would have been done. I mean, this situation has been going on for quite a while. I think he's been in some kind of negotiations with them for quite a while now. So maybe that's going to be good news that they've come to some agreement. It's interesting. There's some people who will be very upset if Henry Cavill continues as Superman, because that will get their kind of propaganda. That will hurt their propaganda. Ronnie Dodge, yeah, it was pretty much bullcrap. Cinema still opening Monday and interested in the Henry news. Bobcat, yeah, I'm really blessed to have a huge, very passionate cast. Kind of sucks. Most of their characters are going to die. Well, they can play dead. All actors like to play dead because they can overdo it then, can't they? This is how I play dead. I will always love you, but not you, Davy Peanut, because you want me to me. I will haunt you. So it's been a long time. No one's had clarity, and I quote tweeted his agent today saying it's about time we had clarity. She promotes his return to Enola Holmes. But, the fans need to know what's going on. They can't just shy away from this. One way or another, we need to know if Henry's still going to play Superman. So, a very important week next week. If Mikey Sutton is right, of course, Mikey Sutton could be full of shit, like a lot of people who claim to be bloggers and know stuff. I don't know Mikey very well, so I'm not trying to talk shit about him. I'm just trying to say it's very interesting. It will say a lot about Mikey if nothing happens next week. So, interesting stuff. I reckon Bobcat's actually James Gunn. Bobcat, yeah, Lo, it's hard going that dramatic with some of them. This is definitely going to be very graphic. Awesome. Keep me updated. But I do feel if Henry Cavill was out, he would have been out long ago. And surely they would have told us long ago. Why keep us hanging on? It's weird. And what do we think of Zach showing Wayne T. Carr's Green Lantern? Was it a good thing? Or was it a bit toxic of Zach to show that? Was it passive-aggressive? It does prove he's not giving up on Restore the Snyderverse. He's fighting a civil war here. I mean, he's barely spoken about Army of the Dead in the promotional campaign. I mean, mostly all he's spoken about is the DCEU. So, as I say, he's obsessed. He's obsessed. There's no question about that. He's obsessed with restoring the Snyderverse. He gives it, oh yeah, they're not interested in my take. But it's all, Zach knows exactly what he's doing. Zach is a tactical genius. Ronnie Dodgy, I think Henry is staying. That's what my gut says. I think it was a dick move from Zach. Ooh, interesting take. I have to hide that, I'm afraid, but yeah. Listen, he's fighting a war and he's using all that he's got. He's desperate. He's desperate. But he made a mistake with Warner Brothers. You know, they will get you in the end. If you go to war with these people, he should have played it a different way. When they greenlit the Snyder Cut, there was an opportunity here. You know, I think he had the opportunity to restore the Snyderverse. And unfortunately, the toxicity, mainly by Ray Fisher, and we don't know if that was due to what Zach was getting him to do. Ray Fisher denies that, but then Ray Fisher would deny that, wouldn't he? I think they played it all wrong. He is a tactical genius, but he played it wrong. That was the time for peacetime. That wasn't the time to keep on exposing information and, you know, and I think the Wayne T. Carr revelation really pissed Warner Brothers off. And I think that's the reason why they released the Justice League trailer in 4K. It was a very emotional, toxic response, but then maybe they felt Zach was being toxic as well. You can't be revealing everything that goes on between closed doors. Ronnie Dodge, him and Ray are fighting a war. They're never going to win, and eventually people will get sick of it. I think so, yeah. Once they realise what's going on. Bobcat, speaking of that, I was reading my script with some of the cast, and one of them said, I'm like the next James Gunn, creativity-wise, and I think that's the best and most meaningful compliment I've got. Well, that's very good, and you keep on doing it. You keep on going for it, my man. Because it's great to be creative. It's great to express yourself, even if you're never successful, right? You're doing something. You're expressing yourself. You're doing something that you enjoy. So always very important, like me doing these videos. Not very successful, but I enjoy doing them. So that's a good point of doing them. When people come into my comments and say, no one cares, no one's watching, I could talk to my bloody self, you twat, I don't care. And I'm putting myself out there. You know, I ain't hiding. I'm here. People can see me, and I'm putting myself out there. So I ain't got no problem with people being behind an avatar or things, but I have got a problem with people who are behind avatars who start giving shit to people. So that's my opinion on that. If you don't like what someone does, go away. Bobcat agreed. Thank you, Bobcat. Yeah, it's whoops, nearly broke my phone there. Basically, what it is with Snyder, he's never going to let go. He's like a dog with a bone. I believe he wants to run the whole thing. Ronnie Dodge, I think Henry is going to be in Shazam 2 and Black Adam, but that's my guess. Well, I hope so. Let's see if something does get, you know, released next week. You know, we'll see what happens there because, look, they have, one way or another, they're going to have to say or do something, right? Now, it's interesting, with Ray Fisher, it did come out through the Hollywood Reporter that he wasn't going to be involved, right? That wasn't through Ray. That was through Variety and the Hollywood Reporter, obviously Warner Brothers' mouthpiece. Bobcat, when I was writing it the entire time in my head, I was just going, how weird can I make this? Which is great. Maybe the next Chris Carter. X-Files, oh, I love the X-Files. Any X-Files fans in the house? I love the X-Files. We'll never get something as awesome as the X-Files. We'll never get anything with this era and generation of entertainment, you know, using the words loosely. Do you know what's really funny when you go on Twitter and you get these kind of male celebrities like virtue signaling to women? If I virtue signaled to the women in my life like some of these people did, I would get slapped up by these women. Honestly. You're such a great woman. You've come a long way. You are so better than I am. You want me? Stop kissing. Look, women don't like their asses kissed anyway, right? They want you to treat them normally, right? Just treat them like a normal person. Ronnie Dodge, we're supposed to get an announcement about UFOs next month. I love the X-Files. Hang on, what? We're going to get an announcement about UFOs. What announcement? What? 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 Yeah, X-Files was awesome. I've I've got them all on my Prime Video. I bought them all. So X-Files is one of the great things. But I feel that, you know, I kind of was surprised that Snyder released that picture. And obviously the studio's not going to be happy. So Satan's going to kick off, you know, again. I still believe in the next few months and weeks, Warner Brothers will come with their side of the story and they'll speak about Snyder. They're going to have to eventually. So I do feel that, though. I do feel they will come out with their side of it because he's pushing them now. He's definitely pushing them. I mean, was it Heroic Hollywood said, how can you hate this man as he was holding this device and, you know, of this picture? Obviously, I don't hate Zack. I think his DC movies are awesome. But I think what he did was a very passive-aggressive move. Very passive-aggressive, you know. And, of course, Ray Fisher cast this guy, which is ridiculous. So he was restored as Snyder was, oh, yeah, isn't this great? And all... Bobcat, I think my favourite to write for is Harley. She writes for herself, really, but I am doing her origin in a different way, more like the Harleen novel, and Joker manipulating her in a more realistic way. Well, some people believe that Harley is the manipulator. Certainly in the air cut, apparently, she's the manipulator. She manipulated the Joker. I think I would go that way with her being the manipulator of the Joker. Maybe them both manipulating each other. That will be interesting. Because let's be honest here, right? This woman is a well-educated doctor, psychiatrist, right? Could a shrink really be manipulated by any criminal? Let's be honest. It's a bit unbelievable, isn't it? Ronnie Dodge, yeah, apparently so it was all over us Twitter, but probably someone nuts. But I don't think we're alone in the universe. No, that's a good discussion to have. I don't, you know, my interest isn't in the solar system. I want to know what's beyond the solar system. Now, wouldn't it be a fucking depressing universe if there was nothing out there? So I hope there is. I mean, if you did a film, the biggest horrible depressing twist would be that we're actually alone. Bobcat, not really in the comics. She slept around to pass most of her classes. Interesting. I still don't like it. I still don't like the fact that they're saying she's so dumb and so easily manipulated. But it's all about, in a lot of ways, making the female the victim on purpose to say the man's the aggressor. I don't like that. And of course, they're pushing that envelope, especially in the animated series. So I would really go at her a different way because I think she is a lot more, let's just say, manipulative than I think she's been displayed. Ronnie Dodge, can you imagine if there was aliens? People would freak out and SJWs would have fits. Well, if there was aliens, surely the SJWs would want them represented, right? We'd have Hollywood, wouldn't we? This is the first alien to be in a starring role. We believe in representing minorities and aliens. And then the alien comes up behind them and just shoves a needle in their head or something. And then we all get possessed, all because Hollywood wanted to virtue signal to aliens, right? We live in a mad, mad world, don't we? I don't think aliens will ever come here. Why would any alien want to come and visit us? We're so fucked up. We're so arrogant. We think humanity is so great, don't we? But humanity actually isn't that great, right? If you look at us and the way we live. Crying out loud, we kill animals and eat them. Jesus Christ. We kill elephants for their tusks. We're not very nice people. We're not a good race of people. So, just my opinion, though. I don't like humans, even though I'm a human. Very, very flawed race of people. Very. So, yeah, as I mentioned this morning, I did check out the Army of the Dead first 15 minutes. Ronnie Dodge, I was thinking about the Flash earlier. Can you imagine if we get a scene of Grant and Ezra's Flash running together? Oh, that would be awesome. Imagine the propaganda merchants. They would hate that, wouldn't they? That would be freaking awesome, Ronnie, for sure. Bobcat, well, she thinks she's manipulating him, but the Joker plays her off of that in a way where he manipulates her. But it's more back and forth, which I prefer. Bobcat, do you believe there is life after death? That's interesting. I don't think that I do. Look, I believe in my head there's vast possibilities out there, and who knows? I wouldn't like to say definitely not, that there's not life after death. But I suppose if you're, hugely religious, then you believe in that stuff. I'm not hugely religious. And kind of scientifically, how is it possible? How can you still be alive? Now, when we die, our lifeless body is a lifeless body. It's just a shell, right? So where does our personality and our spirit and our soul go? Maybe we go elsewhere with that. I don't know. It's interesting, isn't it? Ronnie Dodge, I'm a paranormal investigator, but I do and don't. Well, anything's possible in the world. Anything's possible. I mean, look, I think there's probably not life in our solar system, but I think beyond our solar system, I believe the global governments know how to travel beyond our solar system, and they're lying and they say they can't. They always go on about Mars and the moon. Boring, boring, boring. That's to subvert us, right? But I reckon there's so much going on beyond our solar system, and these little bastards are keeping it a secret. That's what I think. But there are vast possibilities in the universe, and you should never discount anything beyond what we know, what we can even imagine. But I don't believe aliens would want to come here. I think why would you? Why would you want to come here? What's here? Ronnie Dodge, I think these ghosts, there's ghosts, but it's just Earth replaying past events. That's interesting. That's a very good X-Filey kind of theory, isn't it? And then we ask the question, who created humanity? Could an alien race created us, right? Think about our physiology. Everything in our bodies is for a purpose, right? The bladder, the heart pumps blood, veins, everything, kidneys, right? It's like we're a design, right? So I always go beyond the God thing, saying we were created by God, because I have a problem with believing in God, any God, by the way. So it's like we were designed. And obviously, I don't want to go down that religion that Tom Cruise believes in, because that's what they think as well. But that religion is just a con. Surprise, surprise, coming from a religion created in Hollywood. Ronnie Dodge, maybe we are from Krypton. Just imagine, wishful thinking, lol. If there was a Krypton, that would be awesome, because then we could fly, shoot heat vision. And then there's the question, maybe we can manifest these powers. We only use a small part of our brains. If we could use most of our brains and we could focus, maybe we could do so much more. There are humans that have been able to do supernatural things in the past by using more of their brains. Now, to be able to use more of your brain, you have to really, really focus, and I mean really focus. And meditation is partly the way of doing that. And I'm trained in many forms of meditation. It's actually helped me with my mental health problems as well, because I'm supposed to take meds, and I don't like taking the meds, because basically if I took my meds before I did this video, I'd be like this. No good. So I searched basically on the internet many forms of meditation to control my mental illness, and really helps, but sometimes it gets a bit too much and I have to take the pills. So I think the human brain is vast and we only use a little bit of it. And I think some people, if they could focus, but you'd have to never be on the internet again, not watch TV, don't watch films, sit in a quiet room and just focus your brain. That's the only way, because we put so much shit in our brains, nonsense, the internet, the conversations we have with people every day. Wow, this is an interesting chat. This is what happens when there's no fucking DC news, right? This is your fault, DC and WB. Give us some damn news. We have a fourth person in the chat. Good evening, whoever you are. Please stay for at least 2 minutes before you piss off again, like you all normally do. Bobcat like that. Give us some DC news. What's your problem? It's been dead for over a month. All it is Snyder Cut, Zack Snyder said, Snyder Cut. Boring. Give us something solid we can talk about. How long can a YouTuber talk about Zack Snyder? 3 great movies, blah, 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 blah. WB did this, WB said that, Ray Fisher did this, blah, 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 blah. Boring. I'm bored of it. Scott Edwards, can I send you a new Arrowverse poster and you'll show it, of course? No articles tonight. I can't bother to read articles, but if you send me a poster, I will show it. Let me know when you've done it. An afterlife would be cool, yeah. An afterlife where I am in charge and all the beautiful women surround themselves around me and I control everyone. Ronnie Dodge, news, yeah. Ronnie Dodge, I know you're busy, Warner Brothers preparing Fandom. We want some bloody news. Yeah, we want some news. Definitely. Give us something. I think we should sooner or later get some kind of characters in costumes for Flash, which is really exciting. I think things will really kick off when James Gunn's The Suicide Squad is released. Then I think we're going to really get the meat of the sandwich. The Snyderverse fandom will not be happy. It's going to be a success. Everyone's going to love it. And there's going to be some happy people and some angry people, as usual. Welcome to the internet and the reaction to movies. Everyone has an opinion. It's like Clint said, everyone's got arseholes. Yeah, opinions are like arseholes. Everyone's got one. Just sent it, right? Let's have a look. I think Scott's probably the biggest Arrowverse fan out of our community because I'm kind of done with it. Right, here we are. Oh, this is a good... Scott, is this official? You see, look, it's a lovely poster. Because of my lighting, because it's evening, it's hard for people to see it. But I'll show it again tomorrow. Scott, is this an official poster? So we've got superhero squad goals, CW. Apparently it is official. Is it though? Is it though? Interesting. Very interesting. We've got Black Lightning, we've got The Flash, we've got Stargirl, we've got White Canary, we've got Batwoman, we've got Supergirl, and we've got Superman, basically. So we've got 2 or 3 good heroes there at least. So very interesting, Scott. Thanks for that. This is a weird tweet. Some weird guy. Who is this guy? Craig In. Ronnie Dodge, we're human. All make mistakes. We do. Oh, he's from Real Anarchy. Oh, right. Okay. It was so cool to do the Snyder Cut of Justice League, and that was fun and everything. But Warner Brothers still tortured me the whole time for whatever reason. They can't help it. I don't know why I'm such a fucking pain in their ass, because I'm not trying to be. Honestly, Zack Snyder. This is a quote from Zack Snyder. Should we read this again? It was cool to do the Snyder Cut of Justice League, and that was fun and everything. But Warner Brothers still tortured me the whole time for whatever reason. They can't help it. I don't know why I'm such a fucking pain in their ass, because I'm not trying to be. Honestly, Zack Snyder. Now, I don't know how true this is. But you see, I can explain why you're a pain in their ass, Zack, and I love you, dude. I really do. Scott Edwards, do you think the Batgirl project is a film or a series? Rumor is it's a series. I would prefer a movie. So this is interesting, isn't it, right? Yeah, so if Zack has said this, right, Bobcat, I mean, imagine everyone just hanging out for all of eternity in the afterlife. Be cool, wouldn't it? Be lives forever. So according to this, Zack has said this. This is interesting, but you're a pain in their ass, mate, because you cross the line all the time. And you don't want to take notes at all. You know, they told you not to shoot any new stuff and you shot new stuff. Do you understand? You broke the agreement. They didn't want you to shoot new stuff. They just wanted you to put together your movie. Not new things like that, Zach, are the issue. Now, as I say, this Craig Lynn bloke might be just saying stuff. Who knows? So look who's back. Restore the Snyderverse is back. Or it was RT Snyder Cut, wasn't it? Is this RT Snyder Cut? Yeah, it's RT Snyder Cut. They're back. RT Snyder Cut are back. I'm going to read you what they had to say. Ronnie Dodge, yeah, this quote is true. Well done, Zach. You just killed your chances for the Snyderverse to continue. And he was a pain because Warner Brothers said no to do things. And he did anyways. Exactly, Ronnie Dodge. Right, this is Bobcat. Like he released the Green Lantern footage today. Why'd he do that? Because he's passively aggressive. He's obsessed. And he's trying to use his fans to get back in to DC. He's obsessed with DC, right? He won't let go. Right. This is what RT Snyder Cut have said. We see the indiscriminate violence that the Palestinian, oh God. No, I don't want to read that. I thought we were going to say Saint Geek, mate. And I know this is not a studio Doctor Who fandom, but this is interesting from Doctor Who Production News. If John Barrowman filmed scenes for Doctor Who Series 13 while he was in the UK the first quarter of 2021, we will likely never know unless something leaks. First time fracture and now big finish. This is looking more and more like a group manoeuvre involving BBC Studios. Let me quote tweet this. Do you blame them? I can't help myself, you see. These people wind me up. Right. Let's get back to our chat. Sorry about that. Oh, it's George Lucas's birthday today. No wonder Mark Hamill was sending beautiful messages to him today. So George Lucas, of course, is a genius. George Lucas made six amazing Star Wars films. Ronnie Dodge, he wants flat out revenge like Zach, but this is not the way, pal. Scott Edwards, my favourite Doctor is David Tennant. Yeah, David's great. These are my doctors, Scott. So I would say that Peter Davison was my first Doctor, so he's my favourite. I love Paul McGann, not necessarily my second. Christopher Eccleston is probably my second. Great to see him back at Big Finish. I did a video about Doctor Who today. I don't know if any of you who are interested check that out. So I think David Tennant's great. Matt Smith, I'm liking more and more. I see reruns of him. Obviously, Jodie Whittaker's problematic, unfortunately, not because of her, because of the guy running the thing, Chris Chibnall. Ronnie Dodge, happy birthday to the legend, George Lucas. Yeah, absolute legend. 6 great Star Wars films. The guy's a pioneer. And, you know, forget about the other Star Wars stuff. His 6 films are what Star Wars is all about. Happy birthday, George. Stay with us alive for as long as possible. And who knows, you may want to make another Star Wars film. Ronnie Dodge, I like Matt Smith and David the same. Do you know what? Yeah, you've got a point there. I mean, it's difficult because Eccleston leaving after one season was difficult for me because I really liked his Doctor. Now, obviously, things happen behind the scenes. They blacklisted him. He was fighting for his cast and crew's workers' rights. They were pushing them too far. So they blacklisted the guy, which caused him to have mental health problems as well. Ronnie Dodge, I'm so excited for the Obi-Wan series to see Ewan and Hayden Christensen return. So exciting, isn't it? Scott Edwards, Batgirl project better be Barbara Gordon, not Cassandra Cain or Stephanie Brown. Barbara is the only Batgirl for me. Interesting. But yeah, I think Barbara Gordon is most people's favourites. Let's see what they do. We don't have any solid information about that one yet, so we're just going to have to wait and see, Scott. 8 people in the chat, 2 likes. What have I done? I haven't shagged any of your girlfriends yet or your wives, so you really shouldn't be coming in here without giving me some likes. 3rd like, thank you very much. So, yeah. I would love some Doctor Who chat because Doctor Who is amazing. Ronnie Dodge, I think the Batgirl will have Keaton's Bruce Wayne. Yes, it's going to be, yeah, I think they're going to introduce Batgirl. Ronnie Dodge, I've liked. Thank you. Now, listen. Batgirl will probably be introduced in Flashpoint, and she will join the Justice League with Keaton's Batman. Scott Edwards, have you watched The Bad Batch? Yep, I saw the first episode. Actually, no, I saw 10 minutes of the first episode and still haven't watched the rest. It looked really, really good. Unfortunately, with me, Scott, I don't have much time during the day with helping my dad, pitches, writing, conference calls. It's difficult, and things I do on social media to watch all the great stuff that's out there, unfortunately. But I try my best. But yeah, it's George Lucas's birthday is better than Christmas Day or Easter, isn't it? I mean, the guy. What would we have done without George Lucas's 6 Star Wars films? Amazing. Amazing. What the guy achieved was sensational. Scott Edwards, Superman and Lois returns in just a few days, and I'm very, very excited. And Bitsy Tulloch posted a picture of her and Tyler together saying this guy's great. So it's good to see that they have a good working relationship. No issues there. Ronnie Dodge, I'm excited to see Hayden back as Anakin. He didn't deserve the hate he got. Yeah, unfortunately, people are stupid. He was a very, very raw young actor, and he did a really, really good job, especially from pure Anakin to like what we saw in Revenge of the Sith. He did a great job. So people are dumb. People are toxic, I'm afraid. They take these things too seriously and think they have the right as a consumer to attack artists, which you don't. You constructively criticize people. There's a difference, isn't there? But yes, knowing that Hayden's coming back, and I never thought that he would after the treatment that he got, is really, really exciting. So we'll see how we get on with that show. Let's hope they don't fuck it up. But of course, that's going to be a very exciting reunion, and I can't wait. I suppose in a way, it's Lucasfilm again under Kathleen Kennedy going back to the Skywalker saga. They can't leave it alone, can they? Scott Edwards, do you like Elizabeth Olsen as Scarlet Witch? I do. I never before WandaVision, I didn't really care for her that much. I didn't dislike her or anything. I mean, she's been around since a young kid. She's very talented. But I think WandaVision gave me a new appreciation for the actress and the character for sure. Ronnie Dodge, like certain fans who attack other DC directors. Sorry, I had to throw that dig in. Well, the uneducated and the unintelligent can be like that, I'm afraid. And, they think by Zack showing that picture that they've got one up over a WB, and they haven't. WB won because Jon Stewart wasn't in Zack Snyder's Justice League Snyder Cut, which was exactly what they wanted. They hold the IP. They don't have to have Jon Stewart in it if they don't want to. They had their reasons, right? And as I say, Ray Fisher, their mortal enemy, casted that guy, went and got that guy for Zack. Why is Zack allowing Ray Fisher to cast people for him? I mean, come on. Scott Edwards, I think my most anticipated upcoming DC projects are Black Adam and The Flash. Yeah, I think they're both going to be great. I mean, Flashpoint is something I can't stop thinking about because it's going to change the DCEU forever, and it has to be successful. And if it's not, there's going to be hell to pay. So important that next year's 4 movies and 3 HBO Max projects for DC live action work. Nothing can fail. That's the pressure these people are under. So very interesting, very interesting. It's, as I keep on saying, we're not bust here. It's going to be squeaky bum time for Walter Hamada and company. There's no question about that because they've got the Snyderverse fandom breathing down their neck. So any mistakes, they will be punished for them. There's no question about that. Ronnie Dodge, I think Zack and Warner Media are not going to see eye to eye. No. Scott Edwards, what are the HBO Max DC projects for next year? Green Lantern Corps, Gotham PD, and James Gunn's The Peacemaker. So all together next year, we've got 5, 6, 7. With the movies and the projects on HBO Max, we have 7 DC live-action projects being released, unless something's pulled back to 2023 and anything's possible. We will see. But it's a big year for the IP next year. There's no question about that, and I'm here for it. And let's see how people respond to James Gunn's The Suicide Squad. Positively, I hope. So we have got big things coming next year. That's no question about that. And this is the thing. While it's dormant at the moment and there's not much being released, there's not much talk out there. You know, the Snyderverse fans, the agenda people have got their space to talk. And also, it's going to go a lot more quiet once the marketing for Army of the Dead goes down, because Snyder won't have as much of an opportunity to speak. And all he's doing while he's marketing this Netflix show or this movie and franchise is talking about DC. Seems ridiculous. Scott Edwards, so do you think the Green Lantern Corps movie is dead? Well, according to the media and according to WB, apparently, it is not dead, but we will see. Ronnie Dodge, Ray Fisher having a go at Warner Media, then tagging Jason Keeler wasn't a good move, and he wants to continue as Cyborg. When did he do that? Did he just do that? When did he do that, Ronnie? Let me know. Because if he's just done it, we'll read it out here and we'll have a bit of a laugh, won't we? You know what? This is, Ray Fisher's like one of those guys with a small piece of apparatus and he acts the big man, He really does reckon himself, doesn't he, Ray? And I'm sorry, Ray. I'm sorry, mate. At the end of the day, it's funny that you only get the thumbs up on this, isn't it? You don't get the thumbs down thing. Maybe that's a bit toxic if you had the thumbs down thing during the live. Bobcat, sorry, I was gone for a bit. They put out an Icarly reboot teaser. Guess how it looks modern. I warned you, didn't I? I did warn you, Bobcat. JD, did you see a full cut of James Gunn's Suicide Squad or not? Not a full cut, JD, no. Ronnie Dodge, it was a couple of weeks ago when the court case was going on. Oh, right. I didn't realise he tagged Jason Keeler. Bobcat, I hope they don't ruin my childhood again. Well, you always got the original Icarly, mate, so they can't ruin anything for you. Don't put your faith in modern creativity. Focus on what you love, right? You got so many episodes of that. It was good. It's not going to be good. I told you it wasn't going to be good. I know these people. I know how they think. Entertainment and creativity and accuracy, and passion for the art. And not in these people are politicians, mate, and they're not artists. So if you put faith in these people, they will ruin your mood. I stopped believing in these creatives a very, very long time ago. I didn't realise a few years ago what they were all about, but now I do. Ronnie Dodge, the fans are going to go into hyperdrive after the Suicide Squad, and then fandom a couple of months later. Yeah, it's going to be awesome. Bobcat, the blonde best friend, is a lesbian African-American now. Are you surprised, Bobcat? Are you surprised? Of course, because we don't represent enough lesbian women, do we? We don't represent enough people, African-American people. Have you noticed she's not a Native American? Have you noticed that? They don't represent the people whose the country actually belongs to, right? African-American people, the most represented minority in entertainment and in business. But because of what happened to George Floyd, they're going overdrive on it. This is what they're going to do, Bobcat. As long as it all makes a good story, it's okay. But I have a feeling it won't. It won't. They don't care about good stories. Keep on telling you, Bobcat, when are you going to learn? You're better off writing your own stuff, right? They're not interested in good stories. They're not interested in entertaining you. They hate us. They hate men. They don't want us watching. Ronnie Dodge, I'm bisexual, but I'm sick of people saying about being represented. It's boring me. Well, yeah, of course. It's boring. It's boring. Imagine every time we hear an announcement for a TV show or a movie. I support, the LGBTQ community. I support people of color. So you can actually tell me about the project you're working on? No, I'm just going to get all political and virtue signal, and that's all these people are good for. But if you embrace modern day entertainment, this is what you're going to get. If you get something good, take it as a bonus, but don't believe in it. Although, you know what I'm looking forward to? Kevin Smith's Masters of the Universe is going to fucking rock, and I can't wait to see that. Look how diverse we are, guys. Exactly, Bobcat. Ronnie Dodd, I just roll my eyes. Bobcat, my eyes, please stop. Yeah, they're pathetic. They're pathetic. They don't even deserve a reaction on the internet. They want us to react negative to them so they can call us a bunch of toxic men. Just don't embrace them. Don't talk about them. That's how you make their stuff flop, by not mentioning it. Don't quote tweet them. I mean, it's difficult the way these pricks speak, but at the end of the day, you know, you've got to give them, you've got to be clever in this world. Bobcat, they changed the set too. Of course they did. They'll change. Look, I don't agree with reboots. What's the most successful thing from our past, right? Right now, they literally continuing the saga of the Karate Kid with Cobra Kai. Not a reboot, but a continuation, right? They brought a new Dallas series that went on for 3 seasons, very successful, right? A continuation. Reboots very rarely work. Doctor Who continued from the classic series when RTD brought it back. Not a reboot, a continuation. As Russell said at the time, the TARDIS isn't going to be a Portaloo. It's still going to be that blue box, right? Stick to the basics. Full House wasn't that bad. Wasn't a reboot though, was it? Or was it? Or was it a continuation? It wasn't that a continuation. We must get it right. There's a difference between a continuation and a reboot. They keep on saying that James Gunn's Suicide Squad is a reboot. It's not a reboot. He's using 3 or 4 characters from the original movie. He's going to try and, he's going to try and continue it. But he's doing his own story. Ronnie Dodge, Kevin Smith should definitely do a panel at Fandom. If I had to choose, he should do the Flash movie panel, as he's passionate about the character. Yep. Bobcat, Fuller House wasn't that bad. Ronnie Dodge, I love Cobra Kai, and also I'm currently watching the Mighty Ducks series in Disney Plus. Both quite good. Do you know what? I never saw the Mighty Ducks movies. I think they made a couple in the 80s or whatever. Never saw them. With Emilio Estevez, wasn't it? Young Guns and Young Guns 2 was awesome. And my man Kiefer Sutherland was in the second one, I think. A Bobcat, yes, so is Icarly, but they are promoting it as a reboot. Well, can I say? What can I say? Bobcat, bad choice. Listen, they are creatively bankrupt. No one should have faith or belief in these people. Even the Masters of the Universe thing, I'm looking forward to it. But I do hear that it's going to be focused on Teela. But I've seen pictures of He-Man fighting Skeletor, and it's a continuation of the original 83 animated cartoon, He-Man, I have the power! And I actually love the 87 He-Man movie, even though it's a barrel of shit. I really just enjoy it. And Frank Langella as Skeletor was freaking awesome, really was. I'm just going to go on Twitter to see if there's anything going on. Let's have a look. Ooh, sorry, I just saw one of these first posts on Instagram. Ooh, very, very nice. But I'm not going to click on that. That's for later, right? So boring. Always hold on to Smallville. WB, take John Stewart Green Lantern out of Justice League. Also, WB, here's a Black Kal-El Superman, though. Shut up. Superman and Lois. I don't know how we get any work done here. Tyler Heckling, catch up before new episodes return Tuesday. Yeah, I don't think there's anything new. Oh, there's an interesting one here. Zack Snyder on getting back to basics after what he calls torture. Here we go. I love Gurari. Bobcat, they cut a lot of the cast for diversity. That's what they do. Ronnie Dodge, I like the Dolph Lundgren He-Man movie. It's awesome, isn't it? Bobcat, we don't even know if it's Kal-El. We don't. Oh, this is an interesting quote from Margot Robbie for you, Bobcat. You ready? Margot Robbie on Peter Capaldi, the thinker in the Suicide Squad. He's an exceptional actor. He is a wonderful man. He is. He's funny. The cast is huge, but we really did a lot together. I can't say so. I'm not going to say what to expect, but he brings seriousness to the role. Oh yes. By the way, the thinker. This is a better version of the thinker than the one in the Flash TV series, obviously, although he was pretty good. But this guy is fantastic. One of the best Doctor Who's as well, by the way. Great stuff from Margot Robbie on him actually talking up a man, which Margot doesn't really like to do because apparently she doesn't like men, does she? Or according to her Birds of Prey movie, right? Ronnie Dodge, come on, Andy and Barbara, give us something from the Flash. Yes, please. Bobcat, villain. I'm not a villain. Although I always wanted to be a villain. I'm a villain. So that's interesting. Anyway, let's see what Snyder's saying here. Scott Edwards, MCU characters I like the most are Doctor Strange, Scarlet Witch, Marvel, She-Hulk, Captain America, Black Widow. But Scott, you haven't seen She-Hulk yet. Bobcat, the thinker, not you, lol. Oh, the thinker. It's not lost on Zack Snyder. He's most likely the most interviewed. As I joke with him, that the headline to this interview. You see what? You know what? He's supposed to be promoting his Army of the Dead movie, and all he's talking about is Justice League. It's nuts, right? I mean, it's obvious what he's up to. Crazy stuff there, everyone. How are we? Joel Davies, what did you make on the United score last night, Mickey? Disgusting, despicable. Chelsea have got a world-class manager. Liverpool have got a world-class manager. City have got a world-class manager. And us, Manchester United, have got Ollie. Ridiculous. And all these Maguire fanboys and girls saying it's because we didn't have Maguire. Nonsense. He would have been on his arse as well. You know, the tactics are ridiculous. Our manager's a one-trick pony. I'm absolutely disgusted and I'm sick of it. Scott Edwards, is the thinker front and centre in the movie? He's pretty important. Bobcat, please tell me Harley doesn't bang the thinker. Oh, dear, I'm not telling you anything. You know that by now. If that was the case, I'd be very envious of Peter Capaldi. And I mean, he's nearly 60 now. I think he is 60 now. So I think that would be the end of Peter if that was the case. Bobcat, no, you've already read that. Yeah, so that was a good one, though, Bobcat. Very funny. Very, very funny, Bobcat. It is to laugh. Scott Edwards, so is the test screening not the full movie? No. 90 minutes. And what you all got to remember about test screenings, even if they say they're showing you the whole movie, anything can change, right? You know, you don't necessarily always see credits, so they can put stuff in that at the end and things like that. So it isn't the final movie. The reason you're seeing that test screening is not for your own enjoyment. They want to hear what you have to say about it. That's why it's a test screening. So it's not the final picture by any stretch of the imagination. Bobcat, the villain is secretly an air bubble. Aquaman, maybe. It's a very hot evening here in Cyprus. Ronnie Dodge, we haven't had a decent manager since Fergie. They've made mistakes with their managerial appointments. You know, at the end of the day, as I say, Chelsea world-class manager, Liverpool world-class manager, haven't had as good a season. This season, still good. People can say, yeah, well, Ollie's second and all these managers are not, right? If Chelsea had that manager all season, Ollie would be nowhere near second place, right? He's a really good counter-attacking manager, but he has no plan B, right? We're crap at Old Trafford, right? Everyone keeps on saying our players are not good enough, right? We played the first 2 or 3 games in the Champions League and we were great. because most of those games were away from home. As soon as we went home, we were sat on our asses, and now we're in the Europa Cup final, right? This is not good enough. Ollie isn't good enough to be our manager. Too many people defending him. I mean, he's so bad that Bruno Fernandes is telling the players where to stand at times. That's how bad a manager he is. I'd sack him and make Bruno Fernandes the player manager. It can't get any worse. Of course, it could get worse, but he does seem like a really good motivator. I know that sounds a bit nuts, but, you know, I'm desperate right now because Manchester United are not in a good position. He won't win the Europa Cup final. He will never win a trophy at United. Here's your receipt. If I'm wrong, I'll be happy. But right now, I'm feeling that this guy is never winning a trophy with United. And he has to win that trophy. There will be no excuses. Bobcat, release the Snyder's Aquaman. Never going to happen. Never going to happen. I think we're done with that, aren't we? I think we're done. It's over. But he's not going to stop fighting. He's not going to give up. I was just reading that interview. He's supposed to be talking about Army of the Dead. And the geezer's obsessed. He's still talking about DC. And let me give you a good analogy here. Let's compare James Gunn and Zack Snyder. James Gunn is, you know, a really free-thinking, unique storyteller. But he knows when not to cross the line. He'll fight for what he wants. He's clever. But he also knows he can't fuck with the studio, right? You can't be so difficult that they can't work with you. Bobcat Lol, thanks for the live, Mickey. Needed it today. Oh, I'm sorry to hear you had a bad day. I'm always here for everyone. I'm always here to do a live. Twice a day. Now, tomorrow, I've got to take my dad in the morning to get a COVID, his second COVID injection. So I may not be able to do Big Mouth Live, the Big Mouth Daily Live tomorrow. It might be later in the afternoon if I'm feeling energetic. But I'll definitely be here tomorrow evening at the same time for Big Mouth Live in the evening, what we're doing here. So I'll be here and maybe I'll squeeze in a pre-recorded video. I did 3 pre-recorded videos today because I'm doing a lot of lives now. I've missed doing them. Ronnie Dodge, I think in the end, Warner Brothers are going to snap at Zach. Oh yeah, they're gonna crush him. They're going to crush him because he's gone too far. I think that was an act of war. Showing that picture of Jon Stewart was an act of war. You see, in a way, you see, he's clever. They can't destroy his career because he's at Netflix, right? But think about this. How would you feel if you were Netflix? He used the stream to promote their movie to reveal that Jon Stewart picture. Think about that. How do you feel if you're Netflix? So that relationship could be down the pan in the end if he doesn't wash himself. At the end of the day, right, he's got to be careful because he's obsessed. He's obsessed. He's obsessed with one goal, and that's to get the keys to the kingdom. And he thinks this passive-aggressive behavior will work in the end. It can only work, as I say, I can only see him returning as the leader of all this if Flashpoint fails. If every of Hamada's films and projects on HBO Max succeed, he's got no chance. You might as well just be hashtagging restore the Snyderverse when you're bored, because that's not going to make any difference. I wonder what I can tease so I can get more viewers on my lives. Bobcat, Zach won't win this battle. He won't. He won't unless Hamada's movies fail. Ronnie Dodge, he won't get the keys. It will backfire. It's interesting. It's interesting. He obviously believes that he's got an ace up his sleeve that he can keep. He feels he can keep on grinding them down. That's his tactic, right? So let's see. Let's see what happens. But at this moment in time, they're very quiet. They're very quiet. But in my experience in the entertainment industry, you don't push these people, because there's only so far you can push them. They will do something. I'm surprised they haven't come at him stronger, because before he wasn't this volatile about Warner Brothers, but since the marketing of Army of the Dead, he's really been very honest about them and how he feels about them now. Before, he was being a lot more polite. So he's going for it. If I was his advisors, I'd stop it, because he's going to go too far in the end. Right now, Zach looks like butter wouldn't melt in his mouth, right? It looks like, he's the victim and they're the aggressors. I just feel they couldn't handle what he was doing. And they don't believe, for the money and the consumer that they want to attract, he's the right person. It's a shame, because in terms of directing stuff, visuals, he's beautiful. And I would say this, if only he didn't write anything or wanted to be involved with the story and he just directed stuff, he would be perfect for the DCEU. But he wants more than that. He wants his own stories. He wants his own free will. And unfortunately, things become a problem. Ronnie Dodge, maybe in the end, Warner Media will take him and Ray to court in the end. You never know. You never know. Something will happen. Something will happen. I mean, I'm astounded that the stuff that they're saying that they didn't want Martian Manhunter and Jon Stewart. And I'm surprised they haven't responded to that one little bit. But I can tell you, these people will take their time. They will get even. Jesus is a go. I was 100% down with releasing the Snyder Cut, but Snyderverse fans, give it a rest. Let WB do what they do. Absolutely, Jesus is a go. They released the man's movie. They didn't want to release the man's movie. Consumer pressure forced that. It happened. We saw it. We can watch it whenever we want. I would love for the Snyderverse to be restored, but it's gone too far now. It's become too toxic. But they're never going to give it a rest. They're never going to give it a rest. They're going to keep on going and going. These people eat, drink, and shit Snyder. You see, I don't. I like his DC movies, but I don't. So, Bobcat, not that this relates to anything, but girl problems, I swear. Oh, you got girl problems? Maybe I can help you. Maybe we can help you. Type it down. Tell us what the problem is, and I'll help you. Because when I was a younger man, I used to have girl problems, but now I don't chase them. Ronnie Dodge, Warner Brothers wants to get the general audience interested, not just the older age groups. Well, it's interesting, because I don't think it's about age groups, Ronnie, because I think the Snyderverse fandom is a variety of age groups. And actually a lot of famous people like the Snyderverse as well, like football stars. We've seen a lot of them, famous people. We've got that young woman who dresses up as Gal Gadot's Wonder Woman. She's great, and she's a big Snyderverse fan. So I don't think it's just older people. But the point is, I think what you're referring to may be families and children. Ronnie Dodge, I reckon Jason Kilo will say something soon, and then he will be the toxic fans' target number one. I think sooner rather than later, something's going to happen. The problem I think Kilo made during the promotion of the Snyder Cut, he was getting people's hopes up, and he should have dumbed it down a bit. But maybe he was planning on restoring the Snyderverse on HBO Max. And then the fallout happened, I believe happened, and maybe that's when things changed. So that's interesting. Is Bobcat going to tell us his women problems? I can help you, Bobcat. I can help you. I can give you common sense advice. I have both been the aggressor in relationships, and I've both been the victim as well. I was first the victim, then I became the aggressor. Not in a bad way, just obviously. Bobcat, well, me and this girl got really close, and the signs are there that she's into me, but I just enjoyed talking to her and never said anything. We are all currently working from home, and she is. Well, me and this girl got really close, and the signs are there that she's into me, but I just enjoyed talking to her and never said anything. We are all currently working from home, and she is. So are you into her? Are you actually into her? Bobcat, transferring Bobcat transferred. Never got her number and got attached. Ah, you got attached to her. Sanders and Reviews. Jason Kilar was hyping up the Snyder Cut, and no, he hasn't said anything. Not yet, Sam, not yet. But this company will say something in the end. Snyder needs to be careful. Ronnie Dodge. Oh, Bobcat, I had ex-girlfriend for 2.5 years, but in the end, she cheated on me 3 times, and us men are bad. Wow, 3 times. I hope I didn't sleep with her. No, I'm joking. No, that's nothing to joke about. She hurt your feelings. I'm sorry, Ronnie. I shouldn't have joked about that. I can't help myself sometimes. The thing is, it's really difficult with relationships and people because people can't be trusted, really. You can't, not what I'm saying is, I'm not saying you shouldn't be with people, but you've always got to take a step back and remember that the only person you can trust in this world is you, and not to get too attached. Bobcat, yikes, it's not like cheating wise, just I never made a move because I thought I had more time. You've always got to make your move at the right time, or you've got to make sure that they know that you're interested, so they make the move. It's always better if the women make the move, right? If they think they're in control. Jesus is a goat. Have you thought WB's future DC movies will have Easter eggs taking shots at the Snyder fans? I can totally see them doing something like that. I hope not, because there's just no need. You never know. You never know. I think it is a bit toxic now, but hopefully we don't see that and we just see a good kind of transference from the Snyderverse to this brand new multiverse strategy. The thing is, if it becomes successful, the more successful it gets, the more the Snyderverse and the fans will go silent. It won't matter what they say. Bobcat, I'm trying to get her number, but then again, I don't want to come off too strong. We'll just get talking to her again, play it cool, never act desperate, and if she kind of kind of repeats kind of the way you feel, if she makes it blatantly obvious, then ask for her number. She can only say no. She says no, she says no. Nothing you can do about that. Ronnie Dodge, no worries, mate. She went back to her ex. I was in a dark place. My mum was seriously ill at the time. Very, very hard. Very, very hard, Ronnie. Life can be tough. And especially if you think people can be relied upon too much. In the end of the day, I have friends, male friends, female friends, fuck buddies. But at the end of the day, you've got to realize that don't get too deep with people. Yeah, love people, be involved with your friends and your lovers. But at the end of the day, remember that you can only trust people so much. Bobcat, sorry to hear that, Ronnie. That's very nice of you, Bobcat. Jesus is a goat. You said it, brah. Never act desperate. Never act desperate. Never. I've done it in the past. Oh, you're so beautiful. Giving them all these fucking compliments. They don't even like it. They don't even like it. Not really. They say they want nice blokes. Just play it cool. I'm not saying be a bastard. Just play it cool. Act relaxed. Joke with them. Just be yourself. Never try and be somebody else. Don't try and be a gentleman. Just be yourself. Then they will be attracted to that, you being yourself and you treating them as normal people, rather than saying, oh, hello, here's some flowers. I really, really like you. That's desperate. Don't do that. Ronnie Dodge, I just stick with friends with benefits, lol. Yes, good idea. Good idea. Fuck buddies. God bless Vanilla Sky that came up with that phrase, fuck buddies. Ronnie Dodge, cheers, Bobcat. So when I go on Twitter after this stream, I'm assuming it's going to be kicking off again. Bobcat, what are some for sure signs a girl's into you? Just trying to make sure I don't misread things. Interesting. I know a woman a few weeks ago, went into my Instagram and started showing me a bunch of videos of her posing in a bikini. So I just assumed that she was interested, right? And she was. That was a big hint, though, wasn't it? I mean, why would she be doing that? I mean, not unless she wanted me to cast her in something here in Cyprus or something like that. But who knows? Anyway, it was good. It was good. What are the signs? Well, listen, you've got to be careful that you don't misread the signs. Women are look, women are complex creatures, right? So you've got to be careful you don't misread the signs. Years ago, when I was younger in my 20s, I worked in this toy shop called Toy Stack. And I was really close to this girl. I was drunk in the pub. I sent her a message. I love you. It was a nightmare afterwards. She didn't feel the same. Body language and eye contact. Obviously, if you're messaging each other, it's difficult. So basically, look at these certain things. For example, if she always messages you first, that's a good sign. But that might just be her being a friend. But at least she's interested in talking to you, right? She might, I don't know, if she maybe she tries to make you jealous sometimes, talking about other lads. Ronnie Dodge. But on the bright side, I have a boyfriend currently. That's awesome. We have been together for 9 months, still going strong. Awesome. Ronnie Dodge, what's your thoughts on the Candice Patton situation? Candice was doing some serious drugs, weren't she? Oh my God, that mess. What was going on there? When who put them up? I forgot. I follow a guy on YouTube and he was on Twitter and he talks about the Arrowverse, but I can't believe it. What is going on there? These people just think they can say whatever they want, don't they? These people are nuts. But imagine being famous, living in a bubble, being trapped in an apartment, apart from when you're filming. You get bored and you say shit. So, I wouldn't cancel her over anything that she said. I wouldn't start attacking Candice. I like Candice. I think she's a very good actor. Obviously, The Flash makes it too much about her character. But at the end of the day, I wouldn't cancel her over that. No, I mean, she's obviously been on the cooking sherry, got bored, and she posted some stuff. So what? Get over it. But yeah, I was shocked. I was shocked to read what she posted. Look, I don't get it. I don't get it. And she's obviously, I wonder if she's deleted those tweets now. They normally delete the tweets very quickly. Bobcat, I mean, she's a geek too, so that's really a bonus. That's good. But then that could be a friendship thing, couldn't it, instead of a romantic thing? So again, it's a horrible thing to be attached to someone who only sees you as a friend. I've been there so many times. I try not to get attached to people now because I know what it's like having crushes on women. Bobcat, I mean, everything to Star Wars, Star Trek, Indiana Jones, Marvel, DC, Harry Potter, TMT, He-Man, etc. She seems like the perfect woman. Do you know what I mean? Wow. If she's not interested in you, send her my direction. Joking. Bobcat, Doctor Who. Oh, I'll shag any woman who likes Doctor Who. Definitely. Doctor Who and Superman. If she likes Superman and Doctor Who, I'll do her both ways. Ronnie Dodge, I mean, the tweets are old. Who would look up old tweets? Are they bored? Ah, they're old tweets. I see. Yes, someone was trying to cancel her. Forget it, right? Yeah, this is what they do, you see. People trying to destroy people, right? It's a sad thing. I don't remember them being that bad, though. Were they that bad? I can't remember what she said. Can anyone remember what she said? Be careful how you word it so they don't hold your messages up for question. Change a few words. But if anyone can remember what she put, actually, if you can find the tweets, put them on my timeline, and I'll have a look at them. And I did see them quickly, but I couldn't make much sense of what she was saying. Bobcat, oh, she's a huge comic geek too. Yeah, women who are comic geeks deserve the best sex in the world, as far as I'm concerned. I'm doing everything, right? Everything. The works. There's some women I won't do everything with because I think I'm not doing everything with you, right? I'm just gonna, But if they're a classy, if they're a classy lady, they get the works from me. But if I don't think they're a classy lady, and I think, well, I don't think she cleans down there or something, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. You got to have standards, ain't you? Now you know why I'm called Big Mouth. But Doctor Who, a woman who likes Doctor Who, first of all, you could create your own fiction, Doctor Who fiction, companion, doctor, but I'm always playing the doctor. No one's playing the doctor but me. Listen to this, right? I've always wanted to play the doctor. Listen to my concept, right? So, right, Jodie regenerates into me, fucked up, but just listen to this, right? Listen, just listen. Right, so I regenerate. I'm the new doctor. I pull the sonic screwdriver out of my pocket. I snap it in half, and that's where the episode finishes. Imagine that. The doctor's just snapped the sonic screwdriver, the new doctor. What a statement that will be. I don't need no magic wands. I've got about 2 series or 3 series worth. I've got an idea for the doctor to travel with a woman and her daughter. Her daughter's got cancer or some, incurable disease, and the doctor promises they'll search the cosmos for a planet who can cure the disease. And that storyline. Then there's another storyline where the doctor fails to save this guy's family's life, this human's, and he travels with the doctor, but he blatantly tells the doctor that he blames him for the family's death and he hates him. So what happens is he's manipulated by the Master and Davros and all these Doctor Who villains to turn on the doctor, and they trap the doctor in the Genesis Ark at the end of the season. The Genesis Ark is basically this space that's so big and he's trapped in it. It drives him mad. So when we see him again, he's gone absolute bonkers. So they're the kind of storylines for Doctor Who I would deal with. So let me know what you think of that. Ronnie, she's a huge comic geek too. Ronnie Dodge, the tweet was from 2011. It was about trans, I believe, but maybe she was having an off day. But was she being negative about trans or positive? Bobcat, I'm just okay hanging out with her, love. That's awesome. Bobcat, she's either a Hufflepuff or a Gryffindor. She can't remember which. If she was the evil one, I'd definitely be interested. Ronnie Dodge, found tweets, just tagged you. Right, let's have a look. Right, let's give these a read. So someone called Advit Prevacount, I think he may even follow me, Flash needs to get rid of her, the same way they got rid of Hartley. Sorry, you see what this is about? His tweets were archaic as fuck too. I'm not defending what he said, but he got fired for tweeting offensive shit ages ago, right? Shouldn't Candice Patton deserve the same treatment? You see what he's doing? He's found these old tweets, right? I don't know if he's the one who found them, right? But he basically wants to say, well, you got rid of him, why not her? It's outrageous. Basically, he may even be a fucking racist, But let's have a look. This is what she said. If you hate your life and the world and want to kill someone, please just kill yourself. Right. That's an interesting one. You see, what she's basically saying, don't kill other people. But it comes across bad because of suicide and stuff, right? So that's probably not great. But love someone who has nothing to do with your shitty life. Love someone who has nothing to do with you. It sounds like she's trying to offer some good advice, but it's not coming out well, is it? So that's not the end of the world. Just found out the Thai place I go to for a massage has she-males. The owner admitted it. Ladyboys, she called them. And she's just basically putting out a fact. She's not really being derogatory, is she? So that's that one. And this is the last one. Oh my God, how many teachers in California are molesting children? Now a female teacher, molest someone around your own age. Yeah, these tweets are nothing. Are you really telling me this is the best they could find? That, cosplay. Oh, I'm not going to tell you what I've done with cosplay women. Oh, I'm not going to go there. This is supposed to be geek chat, right? I'm not going to tell you what I've done with cosplay women. But when they dress up as Gal's Wonder Woman, I'm literally thinking I'm shagging Gal. No, that's enough. I'm not saying any more. But yeah, Ronnie and everyone else, basically. What's all this about? We've been waiting to share this for a long time. We are incredibly excited to announce that for a mix of pre-recorded cameo voiceovers and secret encounters, all the doctors will come together for Doctor Who Time Fracture. Oh, this is the one that Barrowman was cancelled from. Exciting. Oh, well. Sounds good to me. Sounds like fun. Yeah, look. This is from the... Yeah, if that's the worst tweets they can find, I'm actually going to send her later on a tweet of support. So this is from the DC Syndicate. Bobcat, guess you have had a wonderful time. Oh, yeah. Listen to this, the DC Syndicate. Zack Snyder says that Warner Brothers tortured him even while he was making Snyder Cut. It was cool to do the Snyder Cut of Justice League, and that was fun and everything, but Warner Brothers still tortured me the whole time for whatever reason. They can't help it. They weren't torturing you on purpose, mate. You know, you see what I mean? He can't help himself now. He's just going on and on and on. It's too much now. It's too much. And I mean, it amps up his supporters, and I get it, why he's doing it. But at the end of the day, you know, there's some things that need to be kept private. Let it go, mate. It's over. Let it go. It's not good. Honestly. Anyway. You know, I just it honestly is beyond me. I mean, he's been so blatant about them now, isn't he? It's just staggering. I've never seen a director and a studio have a public slanging match like this. It's ridiculous. The best thing they can do is just ignore him. That's the best thing. I mean, he's just trying to say stuff to get a reaction from them. It's like when you get dumped by someone or someone doesn't want to be your mate and they ignore you. That's what they're doing. Ronnie Dodge, they wasn't torturing you, Zach. You just don't bloody listen to the studio who owns the characters. Good point. Bobcat, yeah, she gets early test screenings too. It's like someone's like, hey, they girl of your dreams, here, take her, and I might have missed my chance. No, if you have access to talking to her, go for it. Talk to her. Be friendly. Just be friends. Just chat. See how it, you know, you've got to have a great kind of gut feeling about these things, how people feel about you. The problem was with me when I was younger, and I don't know how old you are, but when I was younger, like late, you know, early 20s, late teens, when I used to get a crush, I used to get tunnel vision, and I never used to see the signs that literally sometimes they just wasn't fucking interested, because no one likes to be rejected. We want to be fancied by the people who fancy us. But we don't have a divine right to be fancied, I'm afraid. It's hard, it's tough, but it is what it is, I'm afraid. So you're just going to have to wait and see. But at least even if you can be mates, even if you can't have the sex and the romance and the love, maybe just friendship will be enough. So just chat to her. Just chat to her, man, and see how you get on. That's my advice anyway. Keep it on the balance. Keep it on the low chord. As I say, don't make it obvious. Don't act desperate. Maybe you just want to ask her out and get it out of the way. Listen, I wondered when things get to normal with COVID, would you like to go out? If she says no, okay. The problem is once you do that, if she says no, it's going to be a bit awkward. Then maybe you won't talk to each other. So it's difficult. There's no right or wrong way to go about it. Romance and affairs of the heart are very, very difficult, especially when you're younger, because you don't have the experience to take a step back. I'm a lot more protective of my heart now than I used to be. I don't want to get hurt anymore. I don't want to be obsessed with people or, be into people who are not into me. It's difficult. So I'm really chilled out. And because of the meditation I do, it really helps control my emotions as well. Although you've seen me, I can lose my shit. Of course I can. I'm only human. Bobcat, she usually hangs around me all the time. Have you ever seen The Office? No, but I've seen a lot of clips. So you can go on. Jesus is a go. Hey man, I appreciate what you do. Anytime. I feel like talking geek. It can count on you. And now I know I can get relationship advice. You really are a big mouth. Yes. Basically, I'm an over-opinionated asshole. And that's why I call myself Big Mouth, because I have an opinion on absolutely everything, as my Twitter followers know. That's why I get a lot of unfollows, because people can't respect. People should look past the opinions and look at the person, but they don't. Ronnie Dodge, Mick is a legend, and you're a great guy. Thank you very much. Bobcat, so we're like Jim and Pam kind of from early season, except she doesn't have a boyfriend. She's single. Oh, how about you give me the Friends analogy, right? So pick some. Did you ever watch Friends, the sitcom, right? Give me an analogy about your relationship from Friends. Maybe the Ross and Rachel thing. We were on a break. We were not. Uh-huh. Yeah, because I don't know those characters. I've only seen clips, so I can't really help you with that program. But if you told me about Friends and you gave the analogy to Friends characters, yes, it's been a very interesting live, hasn't it? We've talked about some interesting things, which is very cool because there's no news right now, so it's difficult. I did try and start off with the Henry Cavill stuff, but no one was biting, I'm afraid, that much. So we did kind of stray on different material, but that's fun. That's fun. I'm up for it. Ronnie Dodge, my close friend, says we're like Pat and Peggy from EastEnders. Who's like Pat and Peggy from EastEnders? Oh, you and your friend. Bobcat, so we're like, you know. Ronnie Dodge, me and my best friend. Oh, wow. Pat and Peggy. Oh, my God. They hated each other at first, didn't they? Yeah. And then they became friends. Yeah, what a shame what they've done to EastEnders. It was such a great show, wasn't it? I've got a great idea to sort that show out as well. But yeah, what a shame. I used to love my soaps. I've kind of outgrown them now, but I used to watch every soap. When I was working at the Cult, when I was like in my early 20s, I used to record every single soap. A Country Practice, Sons and Daughters, The Young Doctors, Neighbours, Home and Away. Who remembers Richmond Hill? All of them. EastEnders, Coronation Street. Oh my God, I used to sit at home. I used to go home at 8 o'clock at night and I used to, do you remember TV Plus? I used to TV Plus every episode of the daily soaps. It was nuts. I was obsessed. Ronnie Dodge, gone to SHIT now. Probably all the soaps have to be on his same old storylines. I used to be obsessed with them. Bobcat, I mean, me and her just always hang out and have inside jokes and talk all the time. And we're like attached to each other before the pandemic. It's interesting because that might be a very close friendship. This is where you have to be careful, Bobcat. This could just be, it doesn't mean you're, I mean, if this has been a situation for all these years and nothing's developed between you two, or maybe you're just both kind of scared of saying it, because so that could be a thing, but it could also be a very close friendship. So you have to keep on trying to read the signs. It's difficult. As I say, women are difficult to read. I mean, I'm older and wiser now, so when I talk to women, I get it. And I know if a woman just wants to be my friend and doesn't fancy me, I mean, I'm friends with some beautiful women. Jesus Christ. I'm not saying I don't want to shag my mates, but yeah, you know, you have to be adult and mature. If a beautiful woman is not attracted to you, then at least you can be friends. It's cool. You can't have everyone being attracted to you, especially this place, right? It's difficult. So I'm a lot more adult about rejection now, and I wasn't when I was younger. That's the problem as well. Well, Kat, it has only been about a year and a half-ish. Interesting. It seems like a nice friendship, but I'm not you and her. I'm not around you, so I don't know. Has she got a boyfriend? Ronnie Dodge, I'm off now, Mick, to get my takeaway. See you tomorrow, mate, and hope your dad's vaccine goes well, mate. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Ronnie. I'll be off air soon as well, so have a lovely evening. Enjoy your takeaway. I've had mine. I've had my doner kebab. So I think we are going to call it a night in a minute. If you have anything to say now, say it before I go, so you can feel content with your lives, that you've at least got your comments down before I went. So I'm going to count to 10. Bobcat, she started rubbing my leg with her foot under our desks. Oh my God. That's interesting. That's a good sign. I mean, if she started rubbing your private parts with her leg, then there will be no need to ask me for advice, you know, but interesting. Kind of seems like she's interested, doesn't it? But I don't want to say that and be wrong. As I say, just keep on reading the signs, Bobcat. Let me know on our live tomorrow night, and we'll keep these conversations up. So everyone, thank you for joining the live. An hour of 25 minutes of continual chit-chat. No break, just a little glass of water. I think I've done very well. Thank you for your support. You've done really well too. Continue supporting the channel. Like, share, and subscribe. If you're repeat watching this, comment down below. Like, share, and subscribe. Tell the world about me. Maybe one day we'll have 1 million subs on this channel. I doubt it, but I'm going to keep on trying. Bobcat, I'll update you tonight, Mickey. Thank you very much. I'll look forward to it. See you again soon, everyone. Good night, Bobcat. And remember, be very careful with those signs. Leave a like, everyone. Thanks, Bobcat. So good night, everyone. If it's during the day for you, have a lovely day, lovely evening. And whatever you do, don't get caught at it. See you again tomorrow. Bye-bye.